This week on Faces of Africa, we travel to Durban, South Africa at the height of the summer festive season. We'll meet some of the brave lifeguards that risk their lives to save others.
Yeah, next time stand shallow or right.
Just kidding, Lino.
And we meet trainee lifeguard Penny, who's spending her first summer on the beachfront.
Waves are sometimes humongous. Sometimes I get scared to like go in.
It's going to be a busy day. We're going to have massive crowds. Probably looking at about 300,000 people down there easy.
Make sure you go. Not too much.
If you have to have a look at the ratio to bathers to lifeguards, the number's astronomical.
For me, I'm like the guardian. You know, if somebody loses their life, I'll feel bummed. A couple of times I've walked out my flat half naked, and I'll go and rescue someone who needs help.
Waves are like the biggest fear for me, but I can still handle it. I'm willing to do anything if it's possible to do, and I'm excited to do it.
Located on South Africa's eastern coastline, Durban is South Africa's second largest city. It's the Durban beachfront, known as the Golden Mile, that attracts locals and visitors from all over the country and abroad to bathe in the warm Indian Ocean. 55 permanent lifeguards patrol the beachfront throughout the year. Last year, they performed thousands of rescues. Beach coordinator Clint van der Merwe, with 23 years' experience, puts a call out to the senior lifeguards.
Coordinator to all lifeguard stations, emergency status meeting at South Beach Lecture Hall.
South Beach is the headquarters of the Central Beaches, where the beach superintendent and his staff meet regularly to strategize during the festive season. Senior lifeguard Sihle Qaba, with 18 years' experience on the beach, is one of Durban's most experienced lifeguards.
Guys, please take charge of your beaches. People's lives are at stake.
They are an integral part of this elite team of watermen who plan for every eventuality. The City of Durban has set up a special unit, the Festive Season Disaster Management Committee, FESMAC, to manage Durban during the holiday season. FESMAC's priority is the beachfront and making sure the 3 million holiday makers are safe and are able to have a good time.
The holidays have started, and I think you're going to start seeing this weekend from today. I think the roads are going to start getting busy.
Over the past 4 days, drowning zero. We had one hospital case at Westbrook Beach. Young male suffering from seizures. Netcare was called out and the patient was transported to hospital.
CCTV cameras have been placed in strategic locations around the city. This high-tech system of crowd management means the beachfront and city streets are monitored 24/7. Everything is in place for the festive season. There are no shortcuts to maintaining physical fitness for the job of a lifeguard. Compulsory quarterly fitness tests are conducted to ensure lifeguards are in peak physical and mental condition, especially during the festive season. It's one of Clint's responsibilities as beach coordinator to put the lifeguards through their paces.
We're just doing our quarterly fitness test that we do every 3 months. This test here is basically our run, swim, run, and then our Malibu rescue, which the guys are busy paddling out now to actually do. Okay, go!
Sihle has done over 1,000 board rescues in his 18 years as a lifeguard, but still he needs to perform at this fitness test.
Just making sure that they don't cheat, don't turn before the can or pick up a patient that's not supposed to be there. They've got to be in line with the can, waiting for the actual rescuer, get on the board from there and then paddle in. And if on their way in they get dumped or something and they lose their patient and the board, they fail the test. They've got to have control of the board and their patient at all times.
These fitness tests are taken seriously and professional standards are high.
3:51, sit down, remember your time, 3:51. 5:46.
Yeah, but it's fun. This is the fun part of the job, having to do a fitness test. I like it when the circuit's like this anyway. It's a lot more challenging. My connection to the ocean, it's my playground, my second home, and yeah, definitely my second wife. For the last couple of days, we've had like terrible conditions. It's been really bad right across the beachfront. We've had a huge inshore channel right across. There's some areas where the sand is filling in, and then next to the bathing area there's a drop-off. So everybody swims here and they don't realize that they're getting sucked across into the inshore channel.
The season has just started, and already bathers are enjoying the warm water of the Indian Ocean.
Rescue! Go, 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 go! Babies, battery fish lifeguard. 2 men on rescue.
Sihle and his fellow lifeguard Pumlani head for the swimmers in trouble. Pumlani begins to bring in his patient with the torpedo boy. Sihle is having trouble getting his patient onto his rescue board. The current is so strong that the torpedo boy is wrenched from his patient's tight grip. Pumlani is able to bring his patient to the shore successfully, as is Sihle.
It's always good to save somebody's life. I mean, that's somebody's husband or someone's father, you know what I mean? I mean, it's almost Christmas, and the last thing the family would want is to hear bad news. Yeah, next time stay in shallow water, right?
We're just getting little.
Yeah, I know, the currents are heavy. Okay, if you see that you're getting dragged, okay, just raise your hand up, all right?
Okay.
Okay, but we're always alert. Okay, that's what we're here for.
You're much more than alert. You're much more than alert, which is good, very, very good.
Yeah, have a good day.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Mr. Chuma is a theology teacher from Durban and was enjoying his day off. Luckily for his wife and 4 children, Sihle was there to prevent a tragedy.
That's the reason why we're here, to make sure that everybody swims safe, we look after them. I guess it's a warm-up. There's more to come. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm not looking forward to these sort of situations. I would rather prevent. Otherwise I'm thinking if I wasn't here, what would have happened? Would have lost a life.
Sihle is an international bodyboarder and spear fisherman. He's also a movie star. Sihle's stardom sometimes gets in the way of his day job.
You get a lot of people wanting autograph or they want to take a picture with me and all of that. There are a lot of women who flirt with me, and I'll talk to them because obviously they are my fans. You got to interact with your fans. But for me, my family is very important, and my loyalty to my wife is really, really important. So I don't really pay too much attention to that. I'll just come here, do my job. I'll just keep it strict and professional.
Currently, there are no female professional lifeguards on any of these beaches. The city of Durban wants to change this and has started a program to train female lifeguards and offer the successful candidates permanent jobs. Penny, a 23-year-old synchronized swimmer, is one of these trainees.
My strength is to be very focused on everything I do and be as strong as possible and to be the greatest lifeguard ever.
The aim is to empower the girls to be able to apply for the positions. So what we're doing is we're doing a comprehensive program where I head up the swimming department and obviously get their swimming up to speed and the strength required to do the surf work. And then we have a second person, Dion, who trains them with regard to life-saving techniques and surf skills.
Ladies, we're going to practice the torpedo boy rescue. You're going to pair off with somebody. They're going to go out just around the mid-break, pretend they're drowning, and then you're going to leave from the beach with the torpedo boy, secure them, bring them back in through the white water. Want you hold them in the waves, and then when they get to shallows, they're going to go unconscious. And I'll see what you do with them then.
The women are about to face their first season on the beach as trainee lifeguards. This will be the real test of their mental and physical strength.
My training, since it started, I can see myself improving a lot in swimming. My body has changed, looks like a man, a bit. But I'm loving it because I'm more fitter than before.
They're going to go out just around the mid-break.
The women continue training for their board rescue test with some tough ocean drills. Penny, who is used to the tranquility of a swimming pool, is dealing with her fear of waves.
The waves are sometimes in a good condition, some they could be like humongous. Even I, sometimes I get scared to like go in.
She struggles to paddle against the powerful sea, a skill that is essential if she's to work as a lifeguard.
Someday I will get it and I will do it right.
Finally, she scores a minor victory, but she's got a long way to go before she passes this test.
So girls are still battling on their board skills. So they've got to, in their own time, work on these also, because it's something that you can train every day on your own. You don't have to have your coaches there to train you. You've got to have your self-discipline to be able to do it.
Penny's love for the water started when she was 5 years old and discovered synchronized swimming.
The interest I had in synchro is I saw it in TV, like way back when I was a kid, but I never thought I'll be part of it. Girls wearing like costumes like me, with pretty faces, a lot of makeup. I loved it since that day, and now I'm doing it. We are the only Black African girls team in South Africa, probably overseas too. I'd love to be like the Russian girls overseas and the European girls, because they're quite awesome, and it'd be like a privilege for us to go overseas and compete there.
If Penny is to get a job as a lifeguard, she will have to conquer the rough waves and get used to working on these crowded beaches. On the big festive season days, the Wedge becomes one of the world's busiest beaches. Not only is the Wedge the busiest beach, it's also the most dangerous. A fragile sandbank with strong currents on either side makes for unstable swimming conditions.
That is a damaged beach at the moment. 2 months prior, we actually didn't even have a bathing area there. And I'd closed that area like 3 times due to severeness and dangerous conditions. However, the sand has accumulated there and it has formed a bank. So there is a safe area, but very, very sensitive footing. So we'll take it as it comes.
Combined with the unstable state of the bathing area is the fact that many of the bathers who come to this beach can't swim.
The majority of the swimmers at Wedge, they can't swim, and it keeps us as lifeguards on our toes. It makes our job like really, really difficult, having to control the crowds and just making sure that no drownings do occur.
This is a problem that the lifeguards have inherited from the apartheid days. Access to the beaches was restricted and racial segregation enforced. There were not many swimming pools in black townships, and swimming was not taught at school. But despite the lack of swimming ability, families loved to come to the beach and bathe in the ocean. Sihle, like most of the lifeguards on Durban Beach, grew up in Lamontville, a township 15 kilometers from the Durban beachfront. This is one of the few townships that provided swimming training during the latter apartheid years. He is passionate about teaching this generation of children to swim.
This is where my talent came about. Lamontville was the only pool that has actually survived the political violence. This pool, it was held by one guy, Tembiso Madia, who didn't want any gangsters to be part of the swimming pool. And then his next challenge was to get kids to start swimming, which he did.
Sihle's 2 sons are part of this program. He wants to impart a passion for the ocean in his boys. Perhaps they will even follow in his footsteps.
That's my New Year's resolution. I'm gonna put 100% focus on their swimming, and by mid next year they should be up there swimming as well as joining the Life Saving Club to be nippers.
An Austrian tourist has had an epileptic fit. She's taken in a lot of water and needs emergency assistance. Clint is quickly on the scene. He realizes this is a serious situation as the woman has experienced a near drowning and is far from being out of danger.
Can you hear me? No, come, I've got oxygen here. Calm down, ma'am. Yeah, just breathe.
Is this a near drowning?
No, can you step up?
I'm a doctor.
Oh, you're a doctor. Should the epileptic fit in the water?
You don't have epilepsy.
In the water, yeah.
Okay, let's keep her in this position, that's fine, yeah.
Amber's on the way, 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
I think she probably had a seizure, but we just swimming in the ocean.
Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her.
And is she on any medicine for this? Do you know?
She is.
And has she had it today?
She did.
Did she, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. She was in the water?
In the water, we're swimming.
Let him come now.
The Amber on the way?
Yeah, 5 minutes, eh?
Yeah. Okay, let's keep her on the oxygen. In fact, let's lift the back of the stretcher a little bit so she can drain out some of the fluids, yeah? So we
Okay, come. Catch you just real oxygen for now.
Okay.
Alright, okay.
Just keep her in the left lateral position.
Stop this, move this.
You can feel she's inhaled a lot of water.
Yeah, she has. You can actually hear it.
And feel it here, yeah.
She had swallowed a hell of a lot of water that you could actually hear it when she was breathing. You can hear the gurgling, which means obviously there's a lot of water inside her lungs.
The ambulance takes her to Addington Hospital, where she is treated for a near drowning.
I mean, we deal with a lot of epilepsy on the beach. I mean, you must know epilepsy and sun and humidity don't gel together, so we get a lot of it on the beachfront.
If not for the quick action of Clint and his team, this holiday could have ended in disaster. Penny and the women who are part of the female lifeguard training program have been training for 6 months. Today they're doing their still water tests. If they pass this test, they'll be a step closer to applying for permanent jobs as lifeguards.
They're busy doing their pool lifeguard exam, and they've got to be able to make this dual rescue. They swim in, do a straddle jump in, pick up a patient, swim back to the side, then swim back, pick up a simulation dolly, okay, which weighs 70 kilograms, and swim them back to the water's edge under 2 minutes. Right, straddle jump entries, ladies.
No more, Shara! Come on, money. Hey, no more.
Go, Zola, go!
Penny's doing well, she's swimming incredibly well. It's whether she will rise to the challenge. It is a physical job. She's got the capability. It's whether she can rise to that physical aspect that's required, because the beach is brutal, the sea is brutal, and rescuing people, and often people twice her size, is going to be whether she can actually cut that.
The women are tested on precautions to take for a possible spinal injury. Despite this patient's size, Penny seems to be managing.
Much better.
Patient vomiting. Good.
No, we don't know yet, but they're going to tell us at the end if we passed or failed. But I think I did good.
Unfortunately, two, Nong, yourself, and Bonnie, you've been withdrawn from the exam this morning. You will get another chance at it in a few weeks' time.
Back at Battery Beach, the lifeguards are practicing zero tolerance. When someone bathes outside the demarcated bathing area, other less capable swimmers think they can follow suit, sometimes with disastrous results. With the festive season now underway, the lifeguards have no choice.
We're telling them to go swim between us two flags, and they're just not interested in taking those instructions.
No. Too many people. No. If you know SLF saving, you won't do what it's doing. It means you don't know what is SLF saving.
Nobody going to stop you to swim.
You're going to swim, they're going to charge you.
Typical holiday makers, and very, very first grade arrogant. He thinks he can swim wherever he wants to.
We ain't going to argue with you guys. Just do what you feel like. Okay, you grew up. here. We grew up here. Okay, just go swim.
We do our job.
Just go swim. We grew up here.
They don't understand that if they're going to go swim in the wrong area, as much as they could swim, that could draw somebody else who cannot swim, and that person is going to drown. We're like a band of brothers. If somebody has to assault or verbally abuse a lifeguard, I'm going to feel it. Now I'm just going to go see what happened. This is like an army. If the person next to you gets hurt, you got to come to his defense.
It's holiday season. People pay a lot of money to come and visit. I mean, we paid 6,000 rand to come to Durban to live in Cape Town.
Yeah.
For holiday. I'm not going to swim like that.
I wasn't arrogant, and there's too many people there.
Yes, I do
You
understand,
can't
sir.
swim properly. I was on the left-hand side.
The reason why is because there's such an inshore channel and there's a bit of a rip. The last few days we've been battling because the only bank you have is the one out there. And then there's another bank over there. And in between, they're like channels. At the end of the day, the most important thing is to give him the message. This is wrong and this is right. This is what we're trying to do, and this is the reason why we're doing it. It's a benefit to the public, and also you'll feel a lot happy when you get back home, you know, in one piece.
Something disrupts the quiet. It's known as the Portuguese man of war, and it causes unbearable pain. The Portuguese man of war, or blue bottles, float on the water and have tentacles that are on average 1 meter in length. The sting from one of these tentacles is what causes the pain. In Durban, the lifeguards use vinegar to help relieve the pain.
It's going to be an all-day problem now with the blue bottles that they're starting to come in. Because now we're seeing more and more people are coming to us and telling us they got stung by blue bottles. And the sun is not making it easy because when it's hot, it's even more painful.
Not as painful.
And a lot of these people don't know that you don't put sand on it. You don't rub yourself with sand where you got stung. The sand actually aggravates it, makes it hurt even more.
On the blue bottle, on the actual tail that stings you, it's got little barbs, and it actually sticks onto your skin, and it'll continue stinging you until it dies. So the blue bottle lotion or the vinegar actually kills the sting and makes it stop stinging you.
Blue bottles are out in force at Country Club Beach as well. Lifeguard Power comes to the aid of these 3 little girls.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. You should have taken them to the shower.
These little ones are not getting relief with the vinegar treatment, so Power takes them off the beach for further attention. The pain usually subsides within an hour, but the welts can last up to 3 days.
If you're allergic to bees, there's a 95% chance you're allergic to blue bottles. When you're treating people, you always got to ask them, are they allergic? Even if you're not allergic to it, it reacts with a lot of people in different ways. Some people's glands underneath their arms or by their groins will swell to where it's like extremely painful. Some people have difficulty breathing. Some people get straight back in the water again after you've given them treatment.
Senior lifeguard Sihle is giving up his time to coach these young surf lifesavers, or nippers. The focus of the training is fitness, surf awareness, and of course, having fun.
Okay, girls, we are going to let's find our spot. Okay, just gonna go halfway down the beach.
The girls start with beach flags.
Then we'll come back and do a few flag starts.
Sihle competed in the World Lifesaving Championships in Italy in 2004.
I've been competing, like I would say, ever since I've started lifesaving. I specialize in beach flags, and I've won Central Natal Lifesaving Championships. Just do a few stretches. It's there. Okay, it's down. Go. Nice. Beautiful. So we'll grab our boat from here. Okay, up the pier. Okay, then we jump off.
Having lost a family member to the ocean, Sihle is passionate about water safety and imparting his knowledge to the next generation of lifeguards.
At some point, I was really down and on the low when a cousin of mine who was training to be a lifeguard drowned, and he was never found up until this day. It's been almost 6 years now, 6, 7 years. That whole week I spent searching for him on the boat. That's one of the things that encouraged me more to be vigilant in the ocean, because I had experienced what other families experience where they've lost someone out at sea. You know, it's really, really painful. So that's why when I hear that somebody had drowned, you know, I take it personal, because I can feel the pain that the family or the parent is feeling. Okay, ready? Go! 1, 2, 3, let's go, jump!
The nippers float with Sihle back to the shore on the perfectly calm ocean swells.
Hey, how was that? That's good, enjoyed it?
For your first time, it's quite scary. For your first time, but then you get used to it and it's not scary. It's not normally this cold though. Yeah.
The weather takes a turn for the worse. A big storm has moved in and is producing cloud-to-ground lightning, the most dangerous type. Lightning and water can be a lethal combination. In South Africa, lightning kills over 250 people a year.
Attention please to all bathers at Battery Beach. As you can see, there's lightning. It is not safe for you to be in the water. So please leave the water immediately. Thank you.
Today, there's like a lot of baiters. Every second we have to move the baiters because the wash was like really strong. At the end of the day, we closed early. Water and the lightning doesn't go together. Some people could get hurt, some could die. We love the baiters love us. We're here to protect them.
Next time on Ocean Warriors, the crowds pour onto the beachfront, and Sihle has his hands full with an unexpected hitchhiker.
Penny, rescue! They're down the board!
Penny does her first shift on duty and is confronted with an emergency situation. And a woman washes up unconscious on the beach.